This was not the result of something arbitrary, like a natural disaster, nor was it the result of a horrible accident. This aspect of the story, the fact that there is now hydrogen chloride, the byproduct of vinyl chloride in our atmosphere, there's vinyl chloride in our water, that is the result of a deliberate decision made by the government. And when I say the government, I know that's a vague term to use. I don't mean made by our representatives in government. You know, we're a representative republic. Everything can't go to popular vote all the time to make every decision about government. So we send our elected officials to the government to represent us. We're their constituents. They speak for us in our government. But that's not who made this decision. The government officials that made this decision were part of the administrative state. This is the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. This is the National Guard, the military. These are not politicians that are accountable to us, the voter. These are unelected, unaccountable bureaucrats that are virtually unfireable, who have expressed, many of whom have expressed, this is the deep state, right? This is the swamp. This is the administrative state. Many of whom have expressed disdain towards us, towards the flyover states, towards the Midwest in general, towards the white working class people in Ohio and East Palestine who are impacted by this, and who these administrative state, deep state swamp creatures also express very radical leftist environmentalist ideology, climate change alarmism. The whole underbelly of environmentalism is anti-human. And it's a moral dilemma, a serious moral dilemma, when unaccountable, unelectable, or unelected government bureaucrats who can't be fired, we can't vote them out of office, are making these decisions, especially when they face a moral dilemma like this, meaning their decision to burn the vinyl chloride was based on the possibility that it would combust, the possibility that it would lead to an explosion. It wasn't a certainty that the explosion would happen. It was a possibility. So that passive possibility was supplanted by the active choice of these administrative state bureaucrats to inflict harm on society, on this town, on this state, on our country, on the water and the air. And it's not a very cut and dry situation in the sense that it's not simply lesser of two evils. Oh, if we don't burn this off, even though it will cause harm, the combustion will happen and it will cause more harm. It's not a matter of, oh, it's going to be 10 if we don't take action, but we can reduce it to 7 if we take action first. That's not what this situation is, because there was no certainty that this explosion would happen. It was simply a possibility. And so the moral dilemma is, well, do you wait and do you risk that possibility of an explosion, of a catastrophe, or do you inflict certain harm on people to mitigate a chance of something worse happening?